Hello and welcome to this week's Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show, I shall be chatting to young Adam from Saur. And we'll also be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. Hello, I hope you're all well and are having a great week. Let's kick this week's show off with a guest that I chatted to a couple of weeks ago on this very show. It's Lydia Lutudi and Find Your Way.
All alone, stressed out with worry, looking for the water go long, long. So don't you worry now. Smile, little darling, it don't cost a thing. Be like a child, little darling, spread your wings. It's all good, it's okay, just relax, find your way. You will find it, The world can seem a little scary. Feel like you're all alone, stressed out and worried, no, looking for the prodigal love. It's all good, don't you worry. Find your way. Smile, little darling. It don't cost a thing. Be like a child, little darling. Spread your wings. It's all good, it's okay, just relax, you'll find your way. You will find it. Ooh, don't you worry, child. Don't you worry. Like a little birdie. Oh yeah. Whoa, fly your wings. Say no, don't you worry. Oh no. Smile, little darling. It don't cost a thing. Be like a child, little darling. Spread your wings. It's all good, it's okay, just relax, you'll find your way. You will find it.
That was the ever wonderful Lydia Lutudi and Find Your Way. Great stuff from her. Seeing as Christmas is just around the corner, well, just about a week away, actually less than a week away, in fact, just a few days away. It would be rude not to play a Christmas song from one of our local artists. And here's a very latest track from Ollie E and Christmas Time Is Here.
It's getting cold out here tonight. The roaring fire, it keeps me warm and this Christmas, don't take it all for granted. Joy to the world, let us spread this Christmas cheer. To all of those who need it most this time of year. To all of those who need it most. So while we celebrate exchanging all our gifts, you never know what's going through each other's heads. For Christmas spirit says that everyone should give. So lend a hand to those in need like Saint Nicholas. So this year, look out for one another. Joy to the world, let us spread this Christmas cheer. To all of those who need it most this time of year. For cold and for frozen, this holiday all are welcome. It's the season to love and share, 'cause Christmas time is here. As we count down to Christmas Day, and the pain starts to melt away, can you feel it now? Oh, the warming feeling. As we slide through the winter skies, we'll make it through to the other side. Another year, another time to start again. Another chance to forgive and make amends. The key to life is giving thanks for things big and small. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, one and all. Joy to the world, let us spread this Christmas cheer. To all of those who need it most this time of year. The cold and the frozen, this holiday all are welcome. It's the season to love and share, 'cause Christmas time is here. Yeah, Christmas time is here. Christmas time is here.
That's about as Christmas is. It's going to get here live, local and loud. None of the traditional Christmas songs, of course, because we're all about supporting local live music and musicians. Okay, so that was quite a new song there from Ollie E, and Christmas time is here. Okay, so now it's time for the Glass Hearts and Coupe de Ville.
Sports in the green, I shade and a tartan cape. Slashed by the fruit machines, double parked. Behind the bells and whistles, there's a trap door. On my way, but I'm not quite there yet. All the while, it's that trap door I passed through before. All the while, upon a minor wrenching, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat and riding in Coupe de Ville, falling through the swimming pool just for the thrill. And all the while, it's that trap door I passed through, I passed through. For better or for worse, I'm gonna linger, because I got that itch and it sparked up a tail wag. Just a flicker in my rearview mirror, it's a speck of dust. Oh, I'm on my way, but I'm not quite there yet. All the while, it's that trap door I passed through before. All the while, upon a minor wrenching, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat before. All the while, upon a moderation, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat a ride in your Cubeville, falling through the swimming pool just for the thrill. And all the while, it's that trapdoor I pass through, I pass through. Sports in the green, I shade and a tartan cape. Slouched by the fruit machine, double parked. Behind the bells and whistles there's a trapdoor. On my way, but I'm not quite there yet. All the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through before. All the while, upon a moderation, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat a ride in your Cubeville, falling through the swimming pool just for the thrill. And all the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through, I passed through. For better or for worse, I'm gonna linger, because I got that itch and it sparked up a tail wag. Just a flicker in my rearview mirror, it's a speck of dust. Oh, I'm on my way, but I'm not quite there yet. All the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through before. All the while, upon a moderation, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat a ride in your Cubeville, falling through the swimming pool just for the thrill. And all the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through, I passed through. It's easy to get hooked onto something. It's easy to get hooked onto something. All the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through before. All the while, upon a moderation, 'cause I ain't sure. Backseat a ride in your Cubeville, falling through the swimming pool just for the thrill. And all the while, it's that trapdoor I passed through, I passed through.
That was the wonderful Glass Hearts and Coupe de Ville. They're going to be doing a mini tour next year in 2024. They're going to be playing in March, 15th of March at the Big Difference in sunny Leicester. So that's the Glass Hearts, 15th of March 2024 at the Big Difference in sunny Leicester. Okay, so now it's time for this week's interview where I'm chatting to the lovely Adam from Saur. But first of all, we start off with one of their songs, Cup of Tea.
You look lovely, yes you do, but there's something I need more than you. Another time you could be the one playing cards right, we'd have a little fun. It's been a long day and I'm so tired. I need something else to keep me satisfied. There's only one thing that's gonna do it for me. Give me a cup of tea. 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 I'm not hungry, I'm not a slob. I just know my son is a cop. Types of bread are more than I can take. You batch your buns and even bread cake. Then we could have a little bit of fun, and we could even have a hot cross bun. There's only one thing that's gonna do it for me. Give me a cup of tea. 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 It's a long week, I need to think. Maybe I'll just have a little drink. It's just too good, that's my beer. And I'll have more than a few pints of beer. It's just so nice, I'll have a lot. And I'll be tempted to do some shots. There's only one thing that's gonna do it for me. Give me a cup of tea. 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 A cup of tea! A cup of tea!
That was Cup of Tea by the amazing Saur, and this week's interview is with Adam from the band. Hello there, Adam. How the devil am I finding you today?
I'm very well, although currently, just before you started, you said, "Are you ready?" And I can't hear that phrase in anything but the inflection from Jonathan Davis from Korn. So it's like, "Are you ready?" And now that song's going to be in my head. But I'm fine. I hope you enjoyed that song.
Yeah, that song, Cup of Tea, absolutely love it. We'll talk about it in a moment, but let's just introduce you and the band. So you're the front man of the band, is that right?
Yes, I'm now just vocals. Minor elbow injury and the fact that I'm a terrible guitar player led to us finding a new guitar player this summer. His name's Lee, and he's much better at it than I ever was. We've got a bass player called Russ and a drummer called Josh, who I met doing a postgrad back in 2018, I think. Times are still meaning.
Brilliant. Excellent. All right, then. And I've just got to ask you, before we crack on, Saur, the name of the band, how did that come about and what does it mean?
Oh, so we used to be called Cheerfully Undiagnosed, and it was deemed that it looked ridiculously long on a poster, and it was just
also
challenging for people to get around it. Because originally I wanted to use something to do with the word diagnosed, because Josh and I met through work where we both look at X-rays.
Right.
But I thought undiagnosed sounded a bit too metal for what we were. So I thought I'd stick Cheerfully on there. And then when we got our new bass player, Russ, we were so much better with him. We felt like a new band. And we already had a song about a dinosaur. And then I think one of the boys suggested Saur, and it stuck. And then it's been constantly mispronounced ever since. Some bands think we've been introduced to Saur on
Saur, yeah.
So I need to make a T-shirt that says Saur like the end of dinosaur, and then convince some people to buy it.
That's it. So yeah. So it is the meaning that I thought. Then, according to Wikipedia, it's a suffix used in taxonomy to describe reptiles, particularly dinosaurs.
That is far and away the most intelligent way our band has ever been described. Yes.
Excellent. That's brilliant. So why is it about dinosaurs and the local metal scene? Because you're not the only band to have a thing about dinosaurs, are you? Or a name about dinosaurs, are you?
Are there some others? They may have passed me by. I'm sure there was one. Can I say Stegosaurus Sex Party? I've heard of those.
Right. Well, you haven't heard of Diceratops?
I have heard of Diceratops.
Yeah. They've obviously
I've never seen them, so I feel like a fraud. But you know what? I hope you guys are great, and shout out to you if you are.
Well, I was going to say, because we're going to be talking about Metal to the Masses in a moment, but yeah, they've been playing Metal to the Masses quite a few times actually over the years. Well, actually, we could talk that now, couldn't we? We're talking about Metal to the Masses because I see you'll be playing in Metal to the Masses in the not too distant future.
Yeah, we will be there in April. It will be our first, well, hopefully not our first gig of the year, but the first one that we've got in the diary that's not a private party. And hopefully this year we'll make it through a heat. I feel like it's the best we've ever been. We've got some new songs. We're no longer have the millstone around our necks, which is my ability to sing and play. If I were better prepared, I would have had the date ready to hand. But come along. It's
it
$5
might be on
the door.
It might be. It's Metal to the Masses Heat 5, isn't it? You're on,
Yeah,
which is April
21st of April.
21st. That's it. That's it. Just as well one of us is organised.
We'll be getting people to shout out some things alongside some songs, and hopefully there will be some skipping.
Oh, skipping. Right. Is
Well,
that what you like to do?
Well, we've worked up. We've got a song called "Dance with Me," and trying to get people like the ultimate goal has always been to like get people to sing along and get people to dance. And I was trying to organize like a bit of a hoedown, and I had this moment of realization recently that a circle pit is essentially just very aggressive skipping.
Right.
And so one of our songs that we're currently working on is based upon that concept.
So I was going to say, because I haven't had the fortune of seeing you perform yet. So so presumably when I do, it'll be quite an interactive experience, will it?
That's always what we go for. I think it always stems back from when I originally used to do acoustic stuff, where I was very much inspired by a band called The Men Who Will Not Be Blamed for Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They did a song about Brunel where they would shout Isabel Kingdom and then the audience would shout Brunel. And you know how they say amateurs borrow but professionals steal? So I thought I'll steal that idea, and we've got a song about a dinosaur called Pteranodactyl, and that features some audience participation roaring. And we've got a song called Unsolicited, which features people shouting out something that I won't say on the radio. Yeah, it's all just been like I had this idea of like whenever I'm watching a band, I want to sing along, but sometimes I can't because I don't know the words. So I almost treat it like panto, and like if we tell people what their bit's going to do, hopefully they will be able to get on board. And that's always been our ethos. And I get scolded by my bass player for leading into it too much. He's like, no, just let the song speak for themselves. And it's like, but I want to engage.
Yeah. No, I think that's brilliant. As an audience member, that's what I love, when bands engage and make it more fun then. And you feel like you're part of it then if you're singing back the songs. I mean, because you're right, you can't hear what the words are usually, especially in metal stuff.
Very often. I've always had things like, like, one of the best feelings I've ever had in my entire life was having a room full of people singing choruses back to me.
Absolutely.
And I think so much of my life since then has been chasing that particular high.
Excellent. No, great stuff. Speaking about your songs, Cup of Tea. Oh, that's quite an amusing little song. What made you sing about a cup of tea in a punky sort of way?
Well, essentially, we'd just been sat jamming around, and one of us came up with this little just 3-note riff, which was da da da, and then I was like, right, well, what's a 3-syllable thing? And I was just brainstorming, and we came up with cup of tea, and it was almost like this mad idea to what is the most calming, quintessentially English thing of having a quiet cup of tea, and then just make it really, really aggressive. And I was just sat on the floor with a piece of paper, and I think I wrote cup of tea in about the same amount of times that it took to play it.
Right.
Because we had that little note, and I was like, right, originally there was some guitar in the verses, but we dropped that so I could be even more shouty. And I always remember like the third verse is about bread and the different names of bread, because when I go to music festivals, the friendly icebreaker to find out where someone is from is like, what do you call small round bread? Me as a East Midlander, it will always be a cob, but it can be a batch or a bread cake or all kinds of other things. And I think it was venting some of that frustration, but I think it's just supposed to be a bit of silliness, really. It's taking something calm and making it aggressive. And I think a lot of the stuff that I like to do is just try and take something and then make it strange.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love it. I love it. Again, do you get the crowd to sing along to that then when you do it live?
It's always one of these things. It's like, depending on the crowd, I'll often introduce it by saying, oh, this song's dedicated to the drinkers. But I think I've noticed that there aren't as many drinkers as there used to be. But I've said before, and it's like, you know, what is it that we all want more than anything else at the end of the long day? Is a cup of tea. I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because I'm currently drinking a coffee right now. But it's just, you shout it, and it's dead simple. You can't get it wrong. And it's almost like
that's it.
You give people this idea, and then you bring them along on this journey. Yeah. Oh, that sounds so condescending. Like, it's like I just want to lean into that feeling of everyone doing something together, because to me it feels amazing. It's just that, like, I remember like being at a gig watching Slipknot and screaming the words to Vermilion at the top of my voice, and it's like this almost revelation type experience. And it's like I want to bring that in, but I can't stop myself from making jokes. So it ends up being something stupid.
That's brilliant. No, but I mean, it has got audience participation all over it. It's brilliant because you can hear the lyrics quite easily as well. And
Well, that's very kind of you to say so.
So okay, now we're going to play another song of yours, the Black Bucket List. What was the inspiration for this? Why did this come about?
Oh, so the Black Bucket List was basically to mock the idea of the bucket list. You know how people think, oh, things to do before you die.
Yeah.
And they always say, oh, I want to swim with dolphins, and it always just felt kind of indulgent. And I thought, well, let's mess with this idea instead, and say, if you're going to die, what's a list of awful things that you could get away with? And our whole notion of this song is exactly that. And it's weird because it swapped from being this sick joke to becoming a really poignant song for me. It's my only sort of duet. I filmed it with a chap called Chemo, whose first name's Mark Chemo, but the squaddies were never very imaginative with their nicknames. And he was a dear friend of mine from music festivals, and he passed very recently. He got cancer. And I remember sat in his front room and talking about things and like what we wish he'd done. And I'd never recorded this song. And I said to him, like, look, I can't cure you, but I could immortalize you in song. And I was worried that it'd be bad taste. But he was always one for a joke that was close to the knuckle, and he absolutely loved the idea. And we did it together, and now that is I think it's the only recording that exists of it, and I'll probably keep that way as a little homage to him.
Wow.
It was the first time I've ever had a song called out in a funeral. The celebrant didn't think much of it, to be honest, but it was amusing. I remember once seeing this great meme where someone said it was at a funeral and said, has anyone got anything they'd like to say? And there's a guy at the back says, actually, I've got a gig next week.
Oh.
It feels like that sometimes.
Okay.
But I was really glad to have done it. I remember speaking to his brother afterwards, and I didn't realize how touched Chemo was by doing this together. So I'm very grateful to have done it. I'm very sad that he's not with us anymore. And essentially, like, there's this whole festival family, for want of better words, led by his wife called Mare, and she calls us her adopted festival children, and we've all been there for her since then. And yes, I feel like I've gone on a bit now, but essentially it's a horrible thing that's turned into a nice thing.
No, that's brilliant. That makes
and I always say, if you find only one part of the song offensive, then you're being hypocritical. The song was written to be as awful as possible. So the whole thing is vile. I'm not defending it. I'm not advocating for the things in the song. That's the joke.
Okay. So that makes it quite poignant now that you've explained all that. But okay, let's hear it now. So here's the Black Bucket List by Saur.
I finally punched a dolphin. I watch kids swim with sharks. The orphanage is burning, and I threw on a work of art. I ate the very last panda. I fried him with a Fabergé egg. It was worse than when Ramsay met Sansa, and I think that panda got pegged. My body's slowly dying, and soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list. My body's slowly dying, soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list. I knocked down the wall of China, I blew up the pyramids, I sold an underdone burger, I got WikiLeaks a couple of quid. I found and threw away love, I killed something beautiful, I shot down peaceful doves, but at least I'm memorable. My body's slowly dying, soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list. My body's slowly dying, soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list.
know what it is.
Key change
Yeah.
time.
I made sweet love to a nun, I desecrated her church, I taught her the meaning of fun. Now she walks with a lurch. I disrupted a moment of silence. Don't just travel, invade. Show kids gratuitous violence. My death won't be delayed. My body's slowly dying. Soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list. My body's slowly dying, soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list.
My body's slowly dying, soon I won't exist. I want to see them crying, so I work through my black bucket list. Good night, folks.
That was the Black Bucket List by the amazing Saur, and this week's interview is with Adam from the band. Hello there, Adam. Nice to hear you're still with us. Okay, so brilliant stuff. So that song was nice. I like the humour, key change, brilliant stuff, absolutely fantastic.
Again, just because I'm terrible at playing guitar, that was a practical choice that turned into a joke.
Right. Oh, okay. So does that give you time there? If you're not very good at playing guitar, does that give you time to get the new key sorted by saying that?
Well, exactly. I could just say that. I just stuck a capo on it.
I see.
So I remember having a guitar lesson many, many years ago, and I said, "How do you do a key change?" I'm not entirely sure what a key change is, and he said, "X factor way is they just put everything up a step." And I think I just stuck a capo on the second fret and then played the same thing again. Because it felt like a dumb idea and I stuck with it for a joke. I think once I left it on accidentally and did it backwards, and just it was a joke that sort of evolved itself. And again, I've always felt that song needed a bridge or a solo, but when I wrote it, I had no idea how to write a bridge, and I still can't play solos.
So, all right. So what I want to talk about now is you're going to be playing in Metal to the Masses, aren't you? And you have done as well.
Yeah, Heat 5. I think this will be our third or fourth go. God, I should know.
Oh, so what happened in the others? Didn't you obviously didn't? Did you
failure.
Get through, or did you progress?
So I think we played twice. The first one, I'm not gonna dress it up. We weren't very good, to be honest. We had a different lineup. We had a lead guitar player, we had a bass player, a different lead guitar and different lead bass, and we made a fair few mistakes. The jokes landed okay, but I think that's probably safe to say that we were a bit ropey as a band. And the most recent time we did it, I felt we were tight and we did a good show. But there was another really good band on our heat, and we were on the opening heat with Voidwalker, and they won it last year. So it's like, well, sometimes there's just a bigger boy in the playground, isn't there?
Okay, so yes, Voidwalker. Of course, the Metal to the Masses is the competition or the auditions to get through to play at the wonderful Bloodstock Open Air Music Festival. That's in Derbyshire, isn't it?
Yes, I will always recommend, if you go to Bloodstock, to go to the New Blood stage, because there will be bands there, and it will probably be the biggest gig of their life, and they'll be doing the best show they've ever done. Also, there's a Hobgoblin stand, and it's under the cover. So, I've never had a bad time watching any of the New Blood bands. Really,
that's like Voidwalker, isn't it? Because they got through. I think they actually played Bloodstock, didn't they? On the
New Blood stage. If you win Metal to the Masses, the prize is playing Bloodstock. And I will have to say that the merely getting to the final and getting to play Uprising would itself be an honor. I was saying. To the guys, I'll probably turn into a being of pure energy if I can play that. So we'll see.
Wow. So you've played it a couple of times and you're playing it again this year. Do you think you've matured even further since last year?
Matured, no. Got better, yes. Like we're still a deeply puerile band, and I've no desire of changing that. Like I said, we've got Lee, who's a far better guitar player than I am. And now that I'm not playing guitar, I can concentrate more on my vocals. I was never great at multitasking, and now I don't have to.
Excellent.
Although part of me thinks, do I need to learn how to dance? because you can't just stand there. I'm
No.
not much of a dancer.
No, I
But I
suppose.
tried my best. Think about it, we're at Duffy's, and Duffy's stage is very, very small. It's like if we're playing on a slightly larger stage, then one can just walk around. Like if we're an industrial metal band, I could just stand still, but that's really not our vibe.
Okay, I presume you're the one who mainly writes the music, are you, for the band?
Yes, I've written the overwhelming majority of the lyrics, and I've done the foundational music to most of the songs. We've just written a new song called Never Ever, which we're hoping to record in the new year. And Lee wrote the foundation of the guitar melody to that, and I wrote lyrics to go along with that. And the radio edit of that song is going to be called She's Never Ever Gonna Love You. You can fill in the blanks yourself as to what the song is actually about.
Right.
About to say, I've got an acoustic song called The Friend Zone, and as we age, we realize that the idea of the friend zone is a kind of problematic idea. It's not that a person has put you in the friend zone; it's that you're lusting after someone who's not interested, and this is a more direct response to that idea.
Presumably, then, that's the sort of thing I'm getting a feel that the sort of material, the things you write about, are just sort of things that pop into your head then and everyday goings on. Is that right?
Yeah, it's social commentary hidden by stupid jokes for the most part, but sometimes I just have a mad idea and run with it. Pteranodactyl, which is the song that we're named after, was inspired by a band called Evil Scarecrow because they've got a song called Crabulon, and I just thought, bet I can make up an animal, and I thought, why not write a song about the love child of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a pterodactyl? It's not very scientifically accurate. I played it to a friend of mine, and she said, "Oh, there's some really deep meaning to this, isn't there?" And I was like, "No, I just wrote about a song about a dinosaur, and it got weird."
Well, again, that's the beauty about music, isn't it? People put their own interpretation on it and then come out with something different sometimes. Any more gigs lined up that we'd like to talk about?
So we've got Slaughterhouse Festival on May the 4th in Birmingham. We're playing then on the Saturday. That will be advertised soon. I think I might be doing some compare duties there as well. So hopefully I should try and keep you entertained, bringing people onto band. And yes, we've got April Metal to the Masses Heat. We'd like to get something in the diary. So if anyone listens to this who is a promoter, we're kind of free in all of February, and we could squeeze something in March.
Excellent. All right. And yeah, Metal to the Masses on April the 21st, just to be sure.
Yes, yeah, Heat 5. But go to all of them. I'm going to go to all of them.
That's another thing. It's on Sundays, isn't it? It's quite early as well, which is I quite like that. It starts does it start about 7 and finishes at 9:30 or something?
Yeah, it's got to the stage of my life now where it is nice to just go home and read a book after a gig.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. It's nice to go back to or perhaps have a finish off downtown. Maybe have a couple of pints with your mates after the gig downtown and talk about the gig.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
the place
nice.
where you can hear. I still remember reading a Terry Pratchett book in a hotel room after Slam Dunk, and thinking this is one of the most wonderful moments of my entire life. I've suffered through download and bloodstock.
Okay, brilliant. And how can people get in touch with you, follow you, Adam?
So we're on Facebook as Saur Punk.
Hang on. How do you spell Saur?
Oh, Saurpunk. It'll be Saur Punk, but the band's just called Saur.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Instagram will be SAUR_band. We're on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
If you search for SAUR and then our song Unsolicited, that is the easiest way to find us because no other band called Saur has a song called that. There are a couple of bands with the same or similar name. There's also a small Vietnamese makeup company with the same name, and they constantly get tagged in our events.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So watch out. We'll watch out for that.
Maybe I'll just walk on stage looking incredible one day and we'll know that we've collaborated on something.
That's it. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so we're gonna play Frozen Flower now. Would you like to tell us a bit about this song?
Yeah, Frozen Flower is the most recently finished song, but it took me about 5 years to get it done.
Wow.
And it's avowedly not a love song, but it's a song that's very different from our normal vibe. Normally it's all jokes, and this song it's serious. It's about looking after someone who's having a struggle. I remember watching Stuart Lee, and he said the most taboo thing you can do in the middle of a comedy gig is to try and do something genuine and well. And Frozen Flower is exactly that. It is a chance for me to sing about caring about people whom I love. I've made at least 3 people cry with this song, so I'm calling that a win. It took me a long time to write it with getting the picking pattern down, and settling on the exact lyrics because it's supposed to be bleak but hopeful.
Right.
Not sure if I necessarily achieved that, but again, like as we were saying earlier, people listen to something and they'll take away from it what they're going to take away from it. And if it can give someone a moment of comfort, then great. If they just think it's a pretty song, that's fine too. It gives me a chance. Like, we've never played it as a whole band, but that's something that we're working on, and hopefully it will give me a chance in a gig to not shout for 3 minutes, so it will give my voice a bit of a rest.
Excellent, brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Adam, for today's little chat. It's been great chatting to you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And here's Frozen Flower by Saur.
Yes.
Break the glass and you make a fist, a broken beauty with a hammer's kiss. Run your hand down and watch them glisten. Take a moment to sit and listen. You step back from a broken mirror. It's too hard to watch you wither. We've all done something wrong, but I know you can't go on. You're not alone, I'll hold you up. It's not easy when life comes unstuck. I know you're brittle, I see the cracks. Let me help you get back on track. I know you struggle, you stutter and choke. It can't be helped cause you think you're broke. You keep your head up, I can't but admire. Keep on going, climb up that spire. Frozen flower and a porcelain wing, a beat and broken and a precious thing. What am I to do with you? What am I to do with you? Frozen flower and a porcelain wing, a beat and broken and a precious thing. What am I to do with you? What am I to do with you? It's too easy to go astray. Come now, wipe your tears away. Don't worry, you've still got time. Take a moment to change your mind. You don't need to be brave. You're not alone, you can still be saved. It's all inside you. There's not a thing for me to do. Frozen flower and a porcelain wing, a beat and broken and a precious thing. What am I to do with you? What am I to do with you? Frozen flower and a porcelain wing, a beat and broken and a precious thing. There's not a thing for me to do. There's not a thing for me to do.
And that was me chatting to the wonderful Adam from a local band Saur, who've got a thing about dinosaurs, which is great. Okay, so now it's time for a little bit of Heather McDowell and The Underneath.
fingertips have drawn hearts before. Maybe you're not familiar with the self-taught of how to love, of how to breathe when you just feel the underneath of it. Cause my fingertips have drawn hearts before. And maybe you're not familiar with the self-taught of how to love, of how to breathe when you just feel the underneath of it. Underneath of it all. And maybe in another era we would get a little clearer to something great. And maybe I'm just another blind boy who isn't your taste. And I've got to face it. Cause my fingertips have drawn hearts before. And maybe you're not familiar with the self-taught of how to love, of how to breathe when you just feel the underneath of it. Underneath of it all. Cause my fingertips have drawn hearts before. And maybe you're not familiar with the self-taught of how to love, of how to breathe when you just feel the underneath of it. Underneath of it all. Oh, my paper thin walls full of protection. Will I ever be everlasting perfection? Cause my fingertips have drawn hearts before. Maybe you're not familiar with the self-taught of how to love, of how to breathe when you just feel the underneath of it all. Underneath of it all. There is power in mystery. So why are you missing me? Was it the way I spoke? Did I blow it all away? Like it's our final judgment day.
That was the wonderful Heather McDowell and The Underneath. Well, she's next playing Saturday the 6th of January in Firebug in sunny Leicester, which I'm going to that gig, so that'll be great. So I look forward to seeing her then. I think the last time I saw her was at Glaston Budget last year. Okie doke. Just to remind you about Glaston Budget, I told you a few shows ago, but in case you didn't hear then, there's been a bit of a change in the Glaston Budget camp. Apparently they're no longer going to have local original bands. They are having local bands, but not ones that are original. It's just going to be fully tribute bands this year. So let's see how that goes. That'll be interesting. But yeah, okay, so now it's time for National Opera and Feed the Sun.
Embrace the haze, it's the new way. Feel the numbness of the
That was the wonderful National Opera and Feed the Sun. That brings us to the end of another Live, Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, if you want to see what gigs are going down locally, check out our very handy gig guide at musicinleicester.co.uk. Also, if you want to hear any previous Live, Local and Louds and the interviews therein, then check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk and there'll be a handy playlist on the right hand side. So do have a great Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you Thursday, Hermitage FM at 5 o'clock.